Good morning, everybody. Here we have The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and this is Ship of Harkinian, the PC port slash decompilation effort. Very impressive project overall, and it's clearly aimed at the speedrunning community. There's lots of tweaks and little tiny changes that are made specifically for people who have ran all through this game. Certain little quality of life tweaks, some of them minor, some major. I have the free camera with the R button, or with the R stick. Little things like asking me if I want to equip my sword, rather than me having to manually do it from the menu. $24 rupees, and I need 40 to buy the shield. Oh yeah, there's one behind the house. Right? Oop. Oh, that's right. There's 5 in the shop. I forgot. Always forget about that. All right, let's get our shield. See, would you like to equip it now? That's new. Oh, and the text crawl is significantly faster. It's almost like instantaneous. It just pours through it really fast now, which much needed addition to this game. It's their slow text is just a drag. There's no way around it. It's not fun. Nobody wants to read all of it. You'll see this sequence with the Deku tree. Watch how I pour through the text. It took literally, like it literally was just, it showed every frame of text in sequence, but that was only just to advance it to the next. It's essentially eliminates the in-game text being an issue. Which is why I wanted to play this version. There's so many little tweaks made to it. I actually just beat OOT 3D on the stream, and I figured we'll do the original next, since I have a feel for it. The last playthrough I did, my sword was mapped to B, and the roll/action button was mapped to A. It's actually reversed in Ship of Harkinian, but I like to play with standardized controls, so I'm not going to change it. I'll just let my brain remap it. Climbs are double speed, as well as block pushing. There's a way to make gyro work, but I don't have it on. Under the controller options, settings, controller, additional controller maps, miscellaneous. I think there's a place where you can use gyro. We won't turn it on. Pretty decent without it. And I do like the controls are as responsive as they can be. There's virtually no input lag. As far as like the way it feels to play, it's snappy and responsive. You know, like basically it is optimal conditions for playing this game. I am gonna go ahead and switch B and A, the B and A button, because I'm realizing that my muscle memory is just too strong. So A and B are 0 and 1. It should be 1 and 0. Oh, I see. They were flipped. So now they are actually labeled correctly. Okay. Now, okay, that feels a lot better. That's where my brain remembers how to play. With A being the roll / action button and B being the sword. Hey, what's up, Adam? Are you playing the game for the first time? No, I'm not. I actually just beat Ocarina a few days ago on stream. I beat 3DS version. And I've played this... Yeah, I've beaten Ocarina many times in life, so... I'm just, I'm playing Ship of Harkinian on stream for the first time, and I'm kind of explaining some of my choices with the configuration, some of the way I've set it up, but no, this isn't definitely not my first time playing. Like, I do know how to get through all the dungeons for the most part without looking anything up. I did have to remap the controls were actually incorrectly mapped. By default, B and A were flipped. So I had to switch that around to keep my muscle memory from, like, since I just beat Ocarina on 3DS with the controls mapped a certain way, I have to basically use the same control layout just due to muscle memory, because it'll be too hard for me to do a whole playthrough without it. I noticed the shadow color on Link's tunic changed just now. It reflected or it did like a darker version of it. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool, the lighting effects. Got her. Oh look, the game actually does show my controller inputs on the bottom right of the screen. That's pretty cool. So what's up, Edom? How are you today, man? Oh, this is new. The resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. This is some kind of extended cutscene. Man, the way that the beginning of this game feels, like I just got that feeling just now when the Deku Tree was saying how he was doomed before we'd even started and that we'd have to meet a princess. We'll meet a princess surely in Hyrule, like that part of the game, the opening section. It just feels like you're setting up for such a big adventure. Like they really knew how to let the weight of the tree's words marinate. You know, this opening scene with the tree, you know, it's a small physical area you're contained in, but you feel like the greater world is out there, just beyond, and there's a whole, like they're really building the size of the world up right now by keeping us enclosed in Ocarina Forest. They fixed the owl too. They fixed the text prompt. Alright, we got our 80 rupees. Let's go spend them. Alright, so this is the point in the game where Talon will appear once a day cycle has gone by. She'll be standing by the vine. Alright, there's Alan. Or Malin. Oh, I've got to turn the D-pad off in the controls. We want the D-pad to be available for item assignment. D-pad controls. D-pad support on the pause screen. Because if we do that, we can't equip items to it. There we go. That's the option we needed. We'll go ahead and sneak over to Talon while the egg's marinating. Oh man, damn, I thought I would have been good right there. I guess not. I can already hear Malin or Talon sleeping. Let's see. Good. That'll work. Alright, just like that, Talon is awake. He ran back to Lon Lon Ranch. And we can go ahead and get caught by the guards. You can kind of go through this section pretty quick with the fast text speed. In the original game, you can only control the ocarina via the C buttons, but with this Ship of Harkinian, obviously you have a lot of control over the ocarina controls, and you can map it basically any way you want. I've got the C up button mapped to L3, because there's not really any other good button to map it to. C down, I don't think I even have mapped. It's for Navi. But you can use the analog stick as the C during Ocarina performances, but it's a little messy trying to map the C buttons. One more control tweak and then I'm good. Settings, controller, mapping. We need to see down to have a map. Okay, we'll make C down R1 button. C up is button 9. Okay, that'll work. C down, or C up and C down. Up and down. Down, right, left, down, right, left. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. So we have just gotten Saria's song, and now we gotta go to Kakariko Village, basically, to break into the Dodongo's cavern. Gotta go see Big Goron, Darunia. Gotta go see Darunia. We'll get the gauntlets. He'll let us into Dodongo's cavern that way. And we'll have 2 of the 3 spiritual stones. Probably need to get the chickens first just to get a bottle in our inventory. Why my parents eat salad every day? I don't know. That's a good question, Raphael. Ah, come here. Yay, we got the empty bottle. Woo. I'll probably put all the bottles on the D-pad. Kind of reserve the D-pad for something something like that. Down, right, left, down, right, left. I'm gonna remember all the songs as D-pad inputs for this playthrough. That way I don't have to think about it too hard. Alright, Darunia loves the music, says it's a jam. And now he's gonna be feeling himself. Come on, come on. What a hot beat. Alright. He gave us the bracelet. And literally all we need is the bracelet so we can go throw a bomb. And since we have our always on fire Deku stick, it's real handy. Damn. Pooh. Wait till it gets right about there. Oh. Alright. Right about there. Watch. Ah, almost. Alright, one more try. It's sort of like playing basketball, and if you just keep grabbing them, eventually you'll just kind of probably get it just by sheer probability. What's up, Everett Long? Everett Long? Got it. What's up, Sidus31? How are you? Good morning, everybody. We're doing Ocarina of Time, Ship of Harkinian playthrough. A regular playthrough. Nothing too crazy about this setup. I have a lot of quality of life options enabled, but more or less this is just a standard playthrough of Ocarina. Our current next objective is we just got the Goron bracelet, so now we need to go up to the top of the mountain and throw a bomb flower off. Bust open the entrance to Goron, Dodongo's cavern, and take on the next dungeon. Oh hell yeah, dude! Thank you for the 100th sub, bruh. You're the man. Yeah. Hell yeah, we just hit 100 subscribers, y'all. Thanks to Cities31. Makes me excited. You know, I've had this channel for a couple of years and I haven't really put any effort into it until lately. And I was at the like 30-40 subscriber mark for years. It's kind of trickling along. But the channel was previously about audio, DIY audio stuff, so it still is, technically, but live streaming video games is much more entertaining content than whatever I was doing. Alright. Glass is purple, yellow diamond. Glass is purple, yellow diamond. Is that some kind of a code? Woo! Yeah, dude, I appreciate you putting me into triple digits. This just feels good. Oh shit, that was just a bug. Damn, I never noticed that you could go, that there was like a lava river down there before. I just noticed that. It's funny how you notice new, like something new every time. If you're playing a game that you've played a lot, you'll notice little different shit every new playthrough. So I'm playing on mostly all emulators. If I do 3DS, I'll use Lime 3DS or Citra. If I do in Nintendo 64, I'll use Mupin, Rosalie's Mupin GUI. This is obviously running on Ship of Harkinian, so this is not an emulator, but it's actually its own program running in Windows. And I've got pretty much every emulator configured that I play Game Boy stuff, you know, MGBA for Game Boy Color and Game Boy, and then I've got Suyu for the Switch and SNES 9X. Basically RetroArch for RetroArch with the right cores for everything that I don't play that often, and then for major systems like N64 and 3DS, I pretty much have a dedicated emulation program for each one, and I've kind of played around over the years to find out what I think is the best and which emulators are the most stable and don't crash, render the games properly. My favorite thing about this is just the 60 FPS. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a Majora's playthrough right now, Majora 3D. And I've beaten Majora on N64 back in the day. Like I've played through Majora on the OG hardware originally, and but I haven't beat Majora in quite a while. Currently I just got the gold. I just upgraded the sword on the 3DS Majora, so I got the gold dust and the sword upgrade, and I beat Snowhead Temple, and that's where I'm currently at. Majora. You gotta do the side quest when you play Majora. It's like, if you're not doing the side quests, you might as well not play. Whereas this game, I ignore most of the side quests. Alright, here we go. We can open this little secret. Yeah, definitely planning on playing through any game that I stream on here. I plan to play through its entirety. A lot of games I've started so far I haven't finished. Like I'm in the middle of Pokemon and Donkey Kong Country, but I am trying to, if I feature a game on the channel, definitely want to do an entire proper playthrough. And I've been streaming for like a month or so on here, kind of testing shit out, like seeing what I wanted, how I want to make everything flow, and how I want to play the games. And so I'm still figuring it, like dialing everything in, and just seeing how I should approach the gameplay to make it as entertaining as possible. For example, if you're tuning in because you want to see an entire playthrough, then that's what I gotta make happen. Otherwise, the video kind of sucks. Let's see. So I'm figuring it out as we go. The one thing I have a lot of YouTube watch hours under my belt. Like I've watched so much YouTube that I know exactly what I like to see. So, but it's tricky to convert that into your own performance. It seems like the good streams have participation, so it's like interaction with the chat is what makes it fun. Man, I forgot what I'm supposed to do right here. Oh, I need to blow him up. There we go. So yeah, plan on going through the entire, like, if I do Majora, I will feature Majora. The question for me is to whether I do the 3D version, 3DS version, or the OG. Probably would go OG for Majora, just because of the 3DS version. Everybody's kind of knows it's got some issues on the 3DS version. Still a great game. I like the 3DS versions of these two because of the fact that Grezzo, the team that redid them, went through and really properly upgraded all the textures and remade a lot of the static 2D images in this game, that like Hyrule Castle, Drawbridge area. They went back and redid the game, the assets properly. And like even something like Ship of Harkinian, where you're running the original game with the original graphics, as improved as it is, it still doesn't look quite as like nice to play as the 3DS version. But there's so many gameplay tweaks and quality of life tweaks in this that this is obviously like the most playable version, I would say. The frame rate too, the 60 FPS really makes a difference. Like it makes the game feel a certain way. Once you're used to that 60 FPS, it's hard to go back. And you don't realize how the original low frame rate really it like kind of holds the game back in a way. Like the Ocarina of Times really runs at about 20 FPS on real hardware. One thing I noticed, like playing this version on Ship of Harkinian, is just the input lag is so low. It's very snappy control-wise, so it feels really nice to play this version because there's so little input lag. A little too early. Wait till it starts throbbing quickly. Damn, still too early. Alright. We'll wait till it starts throbbing quickly. Man. Okay. I just gotta be patient. it's like it starts blinking fast, and I know it's gonna blow, and I just can't hold on to it. Oh man. All right, we got this. We got this. Favorite N64 game? Besides Ocarina, obviously, it's gonna probably be I'm gonna say Star Fox 64. Probably one of the games that I put the most time in and got the best at was Star Fox. I just loved that game the most. Trying to tell you which ones besides the obvious ones like Banjo-Kazooie. I really like Killer Instinct Gold. I like 007. I like everything that Rare released on the N64. I love. So Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, 007, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Conker, Diddy Kong Racing. Like, all those games are great. And I've played most of them. I haven't beaten Perfect Dark, but I plan on it. Somebody has a Perfect Dark decompilation as well, and it's just like this. It's a PC port of Perfect Dark versus playing on an emulator. But yeah, I mean, I loved a lot of games on the 64 when they were current, like 1080 Snowboarding. I loved that game. There was a lot of sports games we played on there, like NFL Blitz. Like games like FIFA were always better on PlayStation. But I like some fighting games. I like Mortal Kombat Trilogy, even though it's kind of a old 2D fighting game. I actually liked Diddy Kong Racing a lot when it was out. I had that one, and I've like 100% in Diddy Kong Racing. Oh, San Francisco Rush 2049 was a cool game. Rogue Squadron, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I streamed Shadows of the Empire the other day, but I was only able to get to like the 3rd or 4th level, and I couldn't beat it. Like I got stuck. Hadn't played the game in years, and I tried to stream it, and I was only able to get like halfway through the game. I couldn't. I just had to end the stream because I wasn't able to beat like the middle 4th stage on that game without really getting better at it. I know there's a lot of good N64 games that came out throughout its lifespan that I never played, that like I had friends, and pretty much all my friends, we all had N64s, most of us, and everybody kind of had the same games. Smash Brothers, that was a real popular one. I was never very good at Smash though, so I never got into it that much. We're about to be at the Dodongo's Cavern here, or we're about to see King Dodongo. But yeah, I was kind of like, I guess I was like the age when the 64 was current. Like I said, all my friends, we all had it, and it was really the multiplayer system. Like everybody's friends would come over, and like whoever had the N64 would always have, you know, 4 controllers, and we would play a lot of 4-player games. Mario Kart, GoldenEye, those were the most fun. That was really what the 64, like the legacy I think it left when it was the current console, was that N64 was the party system. Like it was a system for people that had friends, and The PlayStation was just better with single player experiences, were what the PlayStation was like. That was its bread and butter, and I would say that multiplayer was the N64's bread and butter. Even though, like, when we, you know, these games that we relive all these years later, like, a lot of the multiplayer stuff is harder. It's hard to showcase 4-player multiplayer GoldenEye on a stream or something unless you have your friends playing with you. Do you guys play any sports games, like sports titles on the N64? I remember back then we would play, like, they had Madden on the N64, but the PlayStation versus the 64 versions were real different. You know how nowadays they release a game for multiple platforms and it's the same game? Like, back in the day, everybody had different versions of shit. So FIFA on the N64 was like way different than FIFA on the PlayStation. Oh yeah, DK64. I should have mentioned that one too. That I did too. Like, I think I love Banjo-Kazooie, and then I got DK64, and I started collecting everything, and I don't remember why, but I just remember at some point, like, just kind of giving up and never completing that game. And I do remember the mini games. Some of the mini games were pretty hard. I've got the DK64 tag. It's called Tag Anywhere. It's a mod, and I've got it. Like, if I play DK64 on this channel, I'll be using the Tag Anywhere mod, where you can tag in and out of the barrels at any point, rather than having to go find a tag barrel. It just lets you tag in. Yeah, DK64, like, I think I was at that age where I was just starting to kind of get, like, you know, mid-teens, and I wasn't as in the games anymore as when I was younger. And so DK64 came out right at kind of about that time when I was starting to lose interest in gaming as a younger kid, and I never completed it for that reason. But I do want to go back and finish DK64. Like, I love it. I love 3D platformers with all their janky polygons and janky, you know, elements of the code, and just I love it. I love N64 platformers. I love early 3D stuff, man. Like that was such a, it left such an impression on me. Like when games finally came into the third dimension, it was like everybody kind of knew. It's like, okay, this is what gaming was supposed to do. It was supposed to get better and better until the games look photorealistic, which is where we're approaching today. But some of the charm is missing from a lot of today's stuff. Like there's a lot of charm in this game. And it's always like the little details. Nintendo is a master at little details in the game. It's all about the little sound effects in the menu that you don't necessarily notice. That's what Nintendo does, you know, like they craft the game to perfection. They bake it all the way. All right, we got spiritual stone number 2. I think we can go up here and visit the ferry real fast before we head back down. Let's get our ferry upgrade at the top of Death Mountain here. Get a little more prepared for the third spiritual stone. We'll probably be Adult Link within an hour. Oops. Remember, this took me forever when I first played through. Oh yeah, like which part? The sequence after Death Mountain or before? Dodongo's Cavern. Wait. I remember all these songs, they're just stored in my brain. In a pattern. We all had to pee. Alright, so we've got our... She just gave us the sword technique, right? Yeah, Dodongo's Cavern. Yeah, I remember beating Ocarina. So I remember renting this game from Blockbuster, like right when it came out, because I had pre-ordered it, right? So I was gonna get Ocarina for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, but right when the game came out, we didn't own it yet. So me and my buddy rented it. And I remember getting through Kokiri Forest. It took us like all night to get through Kokiri Forest, and the next day we were doing Dodongo's Cavern. And yeah, I don't think we didn't get through Dodongo's Cavern, I don't think, during the 3-day rental. So either if we did, we just barely got through it. And yeah, I remember thinking like, wow, like Dodongo's Cavern seemed really hard at the time, and thinking like, man, how this is just the second dungeon. Like, how hard is this game gonna get? How big is this game gonna be? Oops. Oh, I can warp. I forgot I can warp to Kokiri Forest, but I don't really need to. Felt massive on the first playthrough. Oh yeah, like I always remember the way this game felt to start was just like, damn, what a grand adventure. And all these years later, the child section of the game, I used to kind of like be wanting to hurry through the child section because I was ready to be adult Link, and I appreciate the child section more now. I savor the child section a little more than I used to. I used to be just like ready to be adult Link. I thought child Link was kind of lame. That's kind of how I look at Majora too. Like it always bugged me. It always bothered me how they decided to use Child Link for the entire game for Majora, versus this game where you got to be like Link's older, more. It's like adult Link is the advanced version that you want to be, and so it felt like they were keeping you capped in Majora as Child Link. It felt like a downgrade to not be able to become adult. And then you had the power-up, what is the power-up in Majora where you're basically adult Link again, but he's like a big warrior, like a warrior spirit. I know it's a mask you can get. It's like, oh, the Fierce Deity mask, right? The Fierce Deity. It's basically adult Link's character model, but they turned it into a upgrade. We got 5 Skulltula, that's pretty good. Gonna definitely need to buy 2 or 3 of these. One, take another one. Do we have enough money for one more? Oh, you haven't played Majora yet? There's a new project or a new decompilation that came out called Zelda Decompiled, and it's a PC decompilation with this and Majora in it at the same in the same package. Let's see. Preference between Majora and Ocarina. I definitely prefer Ocarina as a more standard, the more standard adventure. What do you call it? Ocarina is a more classical story, and Majora has to grow on you. Like for me, this game, Ocarina has instant appeal. It's classic. Majora has that weird factor, that funkiness that like makes it I think it makes it a deeper game in the end. Like the stuff you can do in Majora is a little more cryptic, whereas like, but I definitely they're such different games. Like my favorite part of Majora is the way you upgrade the sword. So the way you go to Snowhead and get the gold dust, the upgrade path on the sword for Majora is just, man. Wait, whoops. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, I've always preferred Ocarina, but Majora, like, it's it's one of those games where, like, once you invest some time and get into it, Majora is amazing. Yeah, yeah, it's just different. Like the fact that you're Child Link the whole game, and you have all the transformations in Majora. That's what makes it a little less appealing to me, is the fact that in Majora you spend like a quarter of the game at the beginning transformed into a different form, into Deku Link. And Deku Link sucks. Like, I don't like Deku Link's attack. I don't like. It feels like you're being punished when you're Deku Link, and you don't even get to turn back into human until right before the first dungeon. And once you get to transform into Darunia, the Goron transform, like, that's cool, and the Zora transform is pretty cool. But Majora, just kind of the way it caps the gameplay, and the way it caps the sword play, because you can't pull out your sword when you're transformed. I'm a big fan of the music in this stage. The original, okay, so the original Majora's Mask versus the 3DS for a first time playthrough. Man, that's a good question because the 3DS version, I'm gonna say it looks better. Like, just graphically, it just looks better. Unless you are wanting the N64 aesthetic like this. The 3DS version of Ocarina, or I mean of Majora, is certainly like an easier playthrough for quality of life, and it's a more impressive, it just looks more impressive. But the original, so there's some funky stuff about the original to do with saving, to do with the owl statue, where it's just the original's a little more of a hard ass as far as like the difficulty, because of the way you can save your progress and save things in the 3DS version. You can't necessarily save your progress very easily in the original, so play the original if you're wanting that challenge and that real, like, authentic, gritty experience. And if you just want to have a nice, enjoyable, scenic ride for the playthrough, and you want to just kind of take it all in, I'd say go for the 3DS version. The main difference is that they've altered the way the bosses play, and so if you do play the 3DS version, you won't be familiar with like the different things that make Majora hard as far as the bosses. Like you won't really get to experience the original game difficulty. Yeah, that's what I would say. It's really a difficulty thing. If you want an easier playthrough, go with the 3DS. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I would say, honestly, if you're gonna play them both, do the N64 version first, so you'll really appreciate the work they put in. Like, the team Grezzo, the ones who redid Ocarina and Majora, they did a pretty great job. Like, I haven't seen any fan remakes that match their work. The thing about playing on the 3DS, playing on 3DS on an emulator too, is if you're playing the whole playthrough on your PC, so your computer mouse becomes part of the action. Your computer mouse becomes your finger for the touch screen, so the mouse. A 3DS playthrough of Majora or Ocarina, you're going to be using your mouse the whole time to hit buttons on the touchscreen. So it alters the way the game plays. The N64 games, you can just hold the controller the entire time, and basically you don't have to mess with any computer settings. But 3DS, you'll be having a mouse in your right hand at the same time. I like the 3DS system better with the touchscreen because it eliminates the HUD and it cleans up the main screen like entirely. There's not all these controller icon buttons on the HUD. It looks a little better. Damn, I was supposed to get that bottle in the Zora area. Shit. You play Pokemon Green 70? Hell yeah, definitely. Have you played Yellow Legacy? The ROM hack? One of your biggest childhood games? Hell yeah. Which generation did you grow up with? I just played, I'm doing a playthrough of Yellow Legacy right now. I just beat the 4th gym. I think it's the one with all the women, Erica or Sabrina or somebody. Gen 2, yeah. I'm starting on Gen 2 myself. I've got a playthrough of Crystal Legacy. Yeah, Crystal. I just started though, like I haven't even gotten out of the first town on Crystal. Haven't played any ROMs. Yeah, there's a and normally I would play the actual Pokemon game too. There's a guy named Smith plays Pokemon, and he's got a team of modders, and they came out with Pokemon Yellow Legacy. First they did Crystal Legacy, so they did Gen 2 first, and it was such a success that they did it for Gen 1, but basically they've got the ultimate ROM hack. Like, they've gone in and adjusted lots of technical features, like to do with the teams and the encounters and the way the game plays on a technical level, and they've just made it like they've modernized it in little ways, but kind of like refreshed it, so it's a lot more fun to play through it, because they've fixed a lot of the stupid like encounter things that were weird about Gen 1, how you'd go through like certain areas of the game and just encounter the same 3 Pokemon over and over, and they fix a lot of the encounters, so it's super fun. Hey, what's up, Mr. Whatchamacallit? What's up, dude? I'm great, man. How are you this morning? So yeah, it makes the battles more difficult. It even adds a hard mode. There's a hard mode where there's like a level cap, and you have to play in set mode, which I don't even know what that means. And each trainer gym is capped, so like you can't even level your Pokemon up past a certain point, depending on what gym it is. And a lot of the trainers have like crazy teams now. They'll have like, or teams that you would think they should have based on the Pokemon like anime and stuff, and it was a whole team of people. They even talking about Smith plays Pokemon Yellow Legacy ROM hack and their Crystal Legacy ROM hack. They redid all 151 back sprites for Gen 1. Like, redrew them. They had a team of artists remaking the original artwork to make it match the aesthetic of the front sprites. Like, it's pretty cool for a ROM hack. It's really like the ultimate. It's like what do you say? The ultimate version of Yellow for the 2024. Like, it's a modernized version. but yet it stays, it keeps all the stuff that it should keep to make it still Pokemon Gen 1. Yeah, absolutely. Great way to breathe new life into it. Because I found my I'm not doing a hard playthrough, I'm doing normal, but I find it a lot, it's a lot smoother going, like the level up, the way you level up and progress, it's a lot more, it makes more sense. Where am I at in that game? I'm at Celadon City, I think. I just beat, I'm in Lavender Town, but I think I've done the Pokemon, thing where you encounter the ghost. I did the Mew glitch as well, so I caught a level 15 Mew by doing the trainer glitch. And I've got my Mews at level 40 now, so now I'm starting to bulldoze my way through the game because my Mew learned Psychic and he's just killing everybody now. Yeah, I need a fish. Have you played Pokemon Infinite Fusion? No, I have not. What's which game is that for? I've heard of it. I've heard that name. Classic. Green Fusion. I've heard of it, but I don't know which gen it's for. I keep forgetting I have a free camera in this game. I don't really use it that much. I use the L button to center the camera behind Link. But yeah, I like Pokemon Yellow, how you can get all the starters at at various points, because that's what I love about Gen 1 is the 3 starter choice. So Yellow kind of bummed me out back in the day, how you couldn't choose your starter. It's a hack that you download. It has a lot of reference. It has Pokemon up to about Gen 6. Oh, yeah. So it's like sort of like a roster update for one of the older games. I know they have ROM hacks where they put current rosters in older games. There's little Princess Ruto, and she wandered off into Jabu Jabu's belly. She's a brat. damn. Damn, as soon as I put her down, as soon as I put Ruto down, that platform falls. Yeah, this dungeon, you can get stuck in here if you don't know the pattern. And I remember years ago when I started playing Ocarina, doing playthroughs of Ocarina like regularly. Like I beat it as a kid, 100%ed it as a kid, but then I went like once I came back and started playing this all the time, it was this dungeon in particular. I had to pretty much memorize the especially the areas where you drop Ruto. Like, yeah, you'll just get stuck until you like basically know what to do. Oh, see, I messed up already. I should have put her down on the switch. Now I gotta go get her again. Okay, pick her up. Yeah, this part can get confusing, like the whole Ruto section has got to be done in a certain way. And the blue switch always means set her on it. Oh, I can't even take them on. Yeah, I need my boomerang. I'm gonna come back with that boomerang. Alright, there. Okay. Gotta get it up here. These enemies. Take all these guys out. There we go. What's my favorite temple in OOT? You know what, man? I think the Spirit Temple is my favorite. Spirit Temple, I really like. I actually like the Fire Temple a lot. Fire Temple is my favorite, like, classical. Spirit Temple's pretty great too. Oh shit. Oh my god. Damn, did I really just do that? You can put that boomerang, map it to the R button with this, you know, with this setup, and it's way better than mapping it with to a button you hit with your thumb. Mine's a tie between Forest, Spirit, and Shadow. Yeah, man, Spirit and Shadow are pretty great. Like, I think the Spirit Temple edges the Shadow out for me by a hair, but Forest is amazing too. Man, I really like most of the adult temples I really like. I don't even mind the water temple that much. But I really like the Gerudo area. Like, I really enjoy the later part of this game when you finally get to the Gerudo training grounds and the Spirit Temple is opening up. It's just cool. It's like you kind of feel like you're nearing the end when you get to the desert. You like start seeing that the end is close. I think just the ability of like the team that makes these games. I think the way they were able to like release this and know that it was going to be an experience for people. Just imagine the talent it takes to program these things, and then on top of that to present it in a certain way that gives it that like Disney charm. Yeah, I'm constantly impressed with Nintendo, like these old games. They're just the ability to make it play, to make it fun, like the way that they know it's gonna be fun, man. Like, one more tentacle, and then we can go downstairs, get to the mid-boss. I believe the same with Super Mario. You mean like, it's incredible how the team that was making that game, like, just imagine like the daunting task of needing to create a functional 3D world like that before the technology is really out, before there's a roadmap on how to even do it. Yeah, that's the middle. Oh yeah, for sure. There was a game for 64 called Quest 64, and it's sort of like an RPG that, it was the first RPG that came out for the N64. It came out before Zelda was out, and I remember it being like a placeholder for Zelda. And I remember, like, back then, everybody knew that Zelda was going to be the game to wait for. But in the meantime, we needed something to play that was an RPG, so that was Quest 64. It's kind of infamous nowadays for kind of being a shitty game, but it's kind of cool in its own crappy way. Like, but you'll notice with a game like Quest 64, if you check it out, that like that's a game that'll show you what Ocarina of Time would be like without a talented team behind it. Like, just a mediocre team will produce a game like Quest 64 where it's not objectively like a terrible game, it just doesn't have that X factor that these do that make them classics. It doesn't like feel like an experience in the same way this game does. Ah, shit. Yeah, he was a wizard. He's got a staff. I think his name's Brian. I mean, he's a dork. It's actually pretty funny nowadays. I think I'm sure there's people that have covered it. In fact, I know there's people that like have whole videos on that game, and like the fact that it was like the first RPG on the 64, and it was basically just like trying to be Zelda before Zelda came out. Probably a cool game to play. I bet it's actually fun just to see what the very first RPG was like on this system. Oh shit. try to make him turn around. Whoops. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Shit. Well, that sucks. Damn, I got took out by the mid-boss. Key is to make him turn around and expose that little nub. You can smack him twice and make him turn around. There we go. I think I got him now. Just gotta keep doing this. Damn it. Come on, baby. There we go. Ready to jump slash. More damage, but I'll get him on this next hit anyway. I know that guy's always a pain in the ass. I don't know. It's just the pattern, the little pattern they do. It's tricky. 'Cause you try to make him turn around and expose his weak spot every time you smack him. I wish that adult Link got to keep the boomerang. Like, the boomerang's a great weapon in this game. I don't know why they like disable it. I understand why, because when you're an adult, you know, like they have to. I guess they made a group of weapons for Child Link, and they just didn't program like the use of a of the child weapons for adult Link. That's something that's a limitation of the old school programming. Like something like Breath of the Wild, that wouldn't be a thing. Where weapons were unusable just because Link was in a different state. It's probably a relic of older programming. Got it. Go. Guys, here we go. Definitely should have gotten a fairy before this fight. But too late for that now. We'll have to beat him the old-fashioned way. With grit, determination, and moxie. You want to smack him as much as you possibly can when he's weak, when the weak spot is exposed. And one of the major secrets in this game is the jump slash technique. The fact that a jump slash is always going to do like double damage. And so any boss fight, I always attempt to target the boss, pull the sword out, and then hit A for a jump slash. It's just like a hurricane. You just want to avoid the eye. Got him. Oh, got him. Love the sound of the design. The sound design in this game is incredible. It's one of the secrets of this game that doesn't get as much press as the sound design. That's one of the little things about details that Nintendo really like The sound design in all their games is always fantastic because it makes a huge difference. Audio makes a huge difference. That says Ruto. He's kind of an asshole. Well, apparently Ruto likes us. We got our third spiritual stone. Does that cool swim back in the water and she's gonna like thump. Oh, I thought she spit it out. That was a Mandela effect memory I had. But I thought Ruto swam to the back and then spit out the third emerald, but she just gives it to you. The Zora Sapphire. Alright, well that was Child Link section of Ocarina of Time. That was part 1. Join me later this afternoon. We will begin part 2. We're going to turn into Adult Link and try to run through as many of the adult dungeons as we can. 12 o'clock or so Central Time. Thank you guys for hanging out. Green70, Mr. What You Call It, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing and everything, putting me at 100 subs. I love it. I'm doing this just because I love to do it. No other reason, so I appreciate you guys hanging out. Alright, dude. I'll be back in a little while if you feel like joining me, and I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one.